All right, all right, all right. Good afternoon, Connections. How we all doing? My name is Gordon Evans. Thank you all for being here. You are in the Commerce Cloud Keynote, and it just gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our forward-looking statement. It governs what we say as a publicly traded company. Please make any purchase decisions based on features that are currently available. And now, let's get this thing started. Please welcome to the stage CEO of the Commerce Cloud, Mike Micucci.
All right. How is everybody doing this afternoon? Welcome to the Commerce Cloud Keynote. I am so excited. We have so much cool stuff to show you today, so much innovation. This is going to be a lot of fun. You picked a great way to spend your afternoon. So, hey, first, before I get started, I just need to say one thing. I need to say thank you. We don't say this enough, and I just need to say thank you to everybody here, all of our customers, for everything you do every day. You drive us, you inspire us, you make us better. And I also need to thank the Commerce Cloud team. I mean, our engineers, our product managers, our marketers for everything they do here, our customer support team, our CSMs, everybody who make everything happen every day and show up. Thank you. Now, look, all of you, our customers, everybody here, you are trailblazers. You are literally leading the way on digital transformation. You are the tip of the spear on commerce. Companies like Ralph Lauren, right here, they do both B2B and B2C on our platform. And of course, PetSmart doing omnichannel across 1,500 stores. And I love what ASICS is doing. They have over 33 sites running globally across 20 plus countries. Amazing innovation, amazing in what they're doing every day on commerce. Now, I'm very lucky. I get to talk to companies every day, and they talk about what they're doing in digital transformation. And they always say the same thing. Everybody says, look, I need to show up. I need to give a great experience to my customers and make them feel special. And a great experience is more than a piece of content on a website. It starts by putting the customer at the center, connecting that content to the customer, so that no matter where they show up, you always make them feel special and it's personalized. And that goes from anywhere from maybe a marketing campaign all the way to customer service, really transforming that entire digital landscape. So today, we want to tell you about that story. And we want to showcase this across three pieces. How do you deliver those premium customer experiences? When I say premium, it's not just, hey, it's pretty, but premium means connected to CRM and it's personalized to the customer. And it can be done at speed and scale on a global basis. I couldn't be more honored to be able to tell this story through the lens of three great trailblazers. And that is Party City, Spalding, and Land O'Lakes. So today we're going to kind of skip the normal kind of wind up that we do, and we're going to go right into this and go right into the product, because I think the product really tells the story the best. So hopefully you're all in for this journey, because it's going to get pretty cool. All right, so let's kick it off with Party City. So there's a guy right here, Pat. Pat and I met at Shop Talk a few months ago, and we were talking, and I was doing what I always do and tell him about all the cool new features that we developed. And, you know, Pat was a little bit like my kids. You were like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but not that cool. It really starts with this picture right here. This is a picture, if you pan back there, you can see it. It's those balloon unicorns. And Pat goes, look, my customers, they're moms. They have kids from age 4 to 12, and they start their shopping journey on social, specifically Pinterest. And they find really cool party themes, and they pin them, and they want to shop that. So I like your AI, but how do you make that really shoppable? So I said, well, I don't know. Let me go talk to the team, and let's come back with a few ideas. And if it works, maybe we could show it here at Connections. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to start this off with a kick-ass demo. I think I'm allowed to say that. With a kick-ass demo right here about Party City. So Taylor, you ready to do this? Let's flip over to the demo. Okay, so our demo is going to start with how we can transform the shopping experience, and we're going to shop by photos. So we have a big call to action right in the front, pick your photo. So let's do that. And of course, we have some trends, but what's super cool is we brought Pinterest into the equation. We connected our commerce platform to Pinterest with all the different APIs, We brought the pins forward. Now, what the Pinterest team told me is that pinners, they find products and brands that they want to buy 73% of the time when they use their platform. So they really show up there. And in this case, by connecting it, we're removing a lot of the friction from, hey, that's really cool, to how I can shop it. So let's select a board and jump in. So we'll select that, and we see a picture, which is exactly what I have on my phone, exactly what's back there, because that's what Pat showed me, so I always do what customers say. So we'll select the unicorn balloons, and what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna use Einstein visual search, and Einstein basically deconstructed that photo and said, these are the products that are in Party City that you can buy. Now, the old way probably would have been, I pinned it, I went out to Google and tried to find it, maybe I went to Party City and then I typed in a few search terms and I added a few things to the cart. In the Einstein way, we just made that happen automatically. Super cool. Not only that, but we found a few areas where we're gonna let them decide, like in that pom-pom along the top, and we'll pick maybe a couple different choices. We'll pick the top one. Now, what happened? Look at that. We found how many results? About 30-some results. We'll add them all to the cart in one spot. Now, what's driving that is Einstein, but we can take that a couple steps farther. So we have this cool feature we call Complete the Set, which is around our recommendations that says, hey, let's complete that whole party, not just what the balloons look like in the unicorns. So we'll select the party theme, and of course it's unicorn, because that's where every day is, it's all about unicorn parties. And what do we need to complete the party? Well, we have invitations, and of course, maybe napkins, all the different things to make that mom super successful, the hero of the party, so add all those to the cart. All right, now we have about 34 items in the cart, and that cart is now up to about $220, and this was all about what? It was providing a superior experience, putting the customer at the center, making it really easy, ultimately driving up average order value. But as a product guy, there's something really important on this screen that you have to pay attention to, and it may be like, well, I've seen that before, but it's that pick up in store. Okay, that has got all sorts of tech behind it. We're really proud of that. It's got our new high-scale inventory service that can span out across all those 900 plus stores that Pat has, plus his warehouses, and see what's available. But it also uses MuleSoft behind the scenes. So MuleSoft to connect into the warehouse systems to understand if that inventory is available, so we can bring it forward for the shopper and make it available so they can pick it up in store. So let's complete this. We'll pay, use our mobile pay. And then there's one last step. Okay, so the other challenge that we were given is, how can I connect the digital to the physical world? And this is, I think, really cool. So why don't we ask the shopper if there's any incremental services you might want, and maybe schedule an appointment for a party planner at the store. And we'll present some options, and we'll select those. Because maybe you have to fill your balloons, or maybe you need a balloon arch. So we'll add that. We checked out, and we've just actually completed a shopping process, which probably would have started in the other way, with a hunt and peck, added a few items to the cart, and now we filled up a complete party look. We've got that order up to about over $200, but we've also set a connection between the shopper and the store. Now, I love this, but you know what? I think we need Pat to tell us a little bit about this and why this is super important for his business. So Pat, you're the expert. Tell us a little bit about yourself and Party City.
Yeah, so Party City, specialty retailer, over 900 locations. Our big business is Halloween and birthdays. We celebrate about 10 million birthdays for kids each year, or we're a part of those.
That's a lot of birthdays.
A lot of birthdays, and somewhere on the number of about 50 million balloons we sell a year. So that's sort of our bread and butter, the birthday business and Halloween. And we love this example because, as you said, it's not technology for the sake of technology. It's really helping improve and enhance the customer journey that we see every day.
You and I talked about scale. Maybe talk a little bit about what this helps you with scale.
Yeah, so like most retailers, right? If I came into a store, I may or may not be able to find an associate there to help me. And I think in those cases that I can't, or maybe someone who's new to the organization, being able to deconstruct what's in that picture can be a difficult challenge. And I'm sure other retailers sort of, feel that same pain sometimes. So, for us, trying to get more at bats at those customers that are bringing in that inspiration and really connecting inspiration to shopping is really the key for us.
So let's take that one step farther, because you have two parts of this challenge. One was the Pinterest piece, shop the picture. But there's another piece in connecting to the associate. So Taylor, can we pull that rest of the demo up? So let's switch over. So not only do you get to run digital, but there's another piece to your job. And that is, did you know that you're also a party planner?
I'm actually the chief party planner.
Yeah, you are the chief party
Yes.
planner in your family. I know
That's
that.
right.
Yes, you've been telling me about that.
I'm actually better at attending parties than I am planning them, but we'll go with this.
All right. So we took that lead from the store, and it's actually from Catherine Murphy. So Catherine will be up here soon.
Great customer.
She's world famous. And not only did she have this great experience, but she scheduled an appointment with you. And you can see, and this is because we put this into Sales Cloud and presented this back, you can see Catherine's lifetime value. You can see all her different orders. She just ordered a ton of unicorn stuff from you. In fact, $220 worth, which is pretty cool. So let's confirm that appointment. So Taylor, let's confirm the appointment. And let's make it super easy for you, because I know you're really busy in the store. And we'll select a unicorn theme. We'll stay with that theme. And then we have a bunch of different options. Could you maybe tell everybody, like, some of the things you do in the store that add value to and really special for the customer?
Yeah, so like most retailers, we're trying to get away from just selling product. It's about services and experience. We have party planners in a number of our stores, not all of them. We do balloon arches, balloon assembly, personalized product, rentals. So we're really getting into more businesses than just the party product side of the business.
Perfect. So by doing this, we can select a few tips so that when this email goes out, let's go to the next piece. When this email goes back out, it's personalized to Catherine with a few ideas about her unicorn party to make sure she shows up in the store. So we'll send that email out. And now we've sent a personalized email out to Catherine, and she has now got an appointment with you for your store. And how does this help in the store? Like, now she can show up and she has an appointment.
Right, and I think we, go back to sort of the labor model, right? In today's day and age, in some retailers, you have associates there. They may not be there when the person's coming in, or vice versa. They're coming in when the associate's not there. So this really bridges that gap between sort of the digital world and making sure that we can make those human connections in the store and make it a better party.
Cool. Pat, this has been really, really fun working with you and your team on this. It's been a great use case. We can't wait to see this go live for everybody. See how it grows your average order value and ultimately how you can scale the business. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is great. All right, so let's recap. So we took our storefront reference app. We integrated Pinterest with our APIs and Pinterest's APIs. We showed you how Einstein, our visual search and our recommendations API, can come aboard and help deconstruct those photos to make the shopping experience super cool. We use MuleSoft and our inventory availability to connect into their back end so that we could bring that inventory forward. And we showed how we passed a lead from the app, the commerce app, into Sales Cloud, and we presented that back to the store associate using Community Cloud. A complete digital transformation from starting at the shopper all the way and bridging that gap right into the store. Pretty fun. Now, let's take this a little bit farther. Oh, I almost forgot. In case you need to get your unicorn balloons, your invites, and all that from Pat, great promo. Thank you, Pat. Make sure you take a photo of that. All right. So, if you attended the keynote this morning, you heard all about the Customer 360 platform and how we're using our services like AI and our vision, our capability vision for the visual pieces. But of course, today we stitched together communities and commerce and sales to complete that digital transformation. Well, what about building this app? Like, how do we build that? Like, that looked like there was a lot of technology behind that. Well, today I want to talk to you, and this is really the rest of our journey today, about how we're bringing together commerce, Heroku, and MuleSoft together to help the developers build at speed and scale. And of course, you probably know about Commerce Cloud from a shopping experience, but you probably don't know as much about from a platform. We do over 73 million daily API calls to our platform. and it's growing exponentially. Heroku is an awesome platform for building, managing, and scaling apps. Over 8 million apps have been created to date, and it's a great way to build an app in any language that you want. And MuleSoft is amazing at creating a standardized layer to integrate to any different data source. Now, to pull off a commerce experience, on average, from our research, it takes about 39 different integrations, 39 different systems to pull that off. Having MuleSoft there allows the app developer not to have to worry about all those different systems. Okay, so this is what we call our clicks-to-code platform. The commerce platform with all those services like inventory, pricing, cart, of course, Einstein with the recommendations APIs and visual, and of course, MuleSoft to connect it together. But there's some new things here. We're going to be showing this off in the demo. The first at the bottom is we have a new MuleSoft accelerator for Commerce Cloud. You can go out to our website and download this, and it shows you how to use MuleSoft and Commerce Cloud together with different APIs. And today, we're going to show off our new Commerce Page Designer, where you can design experiences with clicks, not code. Literally drag and drop and change it. You don't have to be a programmer. But if you want to program custom experiences, you can use Heroku. And we have a new Heroku solution kit for commerce with templates to help the developers jumpstart their process to build custom bespoke commerce apps, all on the commerce platform. Okay, so I want to show this off. But to do this, I need some help. So come on up here. Let's have our head of product management for B2C commerce, Catherine Murphy, come on up here. And she's got quite a demo in store for you.
Yes.
So Catherine, why are you carrying this basketball?
Well, Mike, this next story's about Spalding. But maybe you could hold this for me?
Maybe pass the ball? All right. So I can't wait to see this. This is going to be amazing. Good luck.
Thank you. So Spalding was founded in 1876, and they produced their first basketball in 1894. But this next story is not about the basketball. It's about Matt Day and his small team and big dreams. Spalding has had an amazing journey during the last year, and those results speak for themselves. I mean, 270% increase in revenue. That is incredible. And so how did Matt do this? He did this by building a premium customer experience, connecting it to the CRM, and all of this at speed and with scale. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through how Spalding and Salesforce create experiences that score big with clicks and code. And for the clicks side, we're going to start with the Spalding shopping experience, and then we're going to create and design pages. And then we're going to get into code, and we're going to build a configurator app. And we're going to wrap it all up by publishing a new experience. So let's go to the demo. So here we are in the Spalding mobile shopping experience, where 70% of the traffic occurs for Spalding. And right here at the top, you see a beautiful connections landing page created just for us here today. And underneath, you see Einstein recommendations with a bunch of beautiful Salesforce Spalding basketballs that are recommended just for me. And then if I keep scrolling, I see, even better, a basketball configurator app where I can personalize and build a ball just for me. And all of this was jump-started with the Storefront Ref app, now available as an all-in-one cartridge that enables business users to click on the features that they would like. But let's go over to the desktop, and let's take a look at the brand new Commerce Page Designer. This is a powerful visual editor that allows merchandisers and marketers to go faster. And this is so exciting. This is literally just awesome. So I want to start with a quick harbor tour of how this functionality works. And across the top, you can see my ability to manage pages. And then you can see the ability to publish this experience. And I can work inside language and locale themes. I have multiple devices in which I can preview this experience with. And I can even schedule and target customer groups. But the next thing is the component. And this is really the power of the page designer. And we're going to start by taking a look at this beautiful banner. And we're going to pull open the properties here and just make a simple change to the subheading. Now, I know this is simple, but what's so powerful is that business user can see these changes that he or she are making right in front of the screen. But now let's do another thing. Let's add a new component to this page. Let's add the Einstein recommendations. Einstein is already powerful, but now inside the page designer, as a component with properties, I can make it even smarter. And I can apply rules and filtering and pinning, creating a beautiful experience. Did you guys see that? I just added Einstein by dragging and dropping onto the page. This is incredible. So now let's go back to the component tree one more time. And I'm just going to highlight the build-a-ball component. We're not going to add it quite yet, because first we have to build it. But I just want you to see all the amazing components that are here. They're reusable, and the merchants and marketers, they can build experiences as often and as quickly as they'd like. So let's go back to the slides, and let's just celebrate for a minute that we just made experiences with clicks. But now we're going to move to the code portion of our demo. And we're going to do something that we don't normally do on the Salesforce stage. We are going to build an app in front of you. Normally, I wouldn't do this, except for that I'm happy to announce that we've just launched the Heroku Solution Kits for Commerce. These are sample code, templates, and playbooks, enabling the building of mobile apps, storefront apps, and in-store apps. This is all about making developers go faster. So let's go back to the demo, but I'm going to need some help. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Catherine.
How do you feel about building an app in front of all of these people?
Uncomfortable, but we're going to give it a try. So.
Yeah, I feel a little uncomfortable too, but let's give it a go.
All right, so I'm in my terminal, which is obviously where all good demos start. So I'm going to run my first command.
Yo Commerce Cloud, I like it. But what is this?
So all Yo Commerce Cloud is a little script we wrote just to help everyone in the room follow along. Obviously, this is just a lot of words on a screen. But all we're going to do here is name our app. And then I have some template code that I included that coincides with our Heroku solution kits. So we have our storefront app, our mobile, and our clienteling app, and then our Spalding configurator, which is the app code that I actually loaded to build our Build-A-Ball app.
Okay.
So I'm just going to confirm all the details, the name, the template, and the language, which is Node.js, my favorite, and we'll go ahead and create it.
Okay, awesome. We just put together a little app container, but we used Heroku. And if you don't know this, developers are creative makers, and they like to have choices. And that's what Heroku gives them. And Taylor's been able to choose her favorite language today, Node.js, and get started really quickly with the app. But we need to add a few more pieces, Taylor.
That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and add on a database, because if we're doing a Build-A-Ball app, I think there's going to be a good amount of customizations that we need to store. So I'll use Postgres.
Okay. So you're using Heroku add-ons. This is another powerful piece that enables developers to go faster. Heroku add-ons are pieces of infrastructure and services, all that stuff that actually is necessary to build an app. And we just added it with just a few clicks. So Taylor, how about we add some commerce to this app?
Commerce is good. So we'll hook this right into our storefront and allow us to send data back and forth between the storefront and our Build-A-Ball by adding in the APIs. And of course, Einstein, because Mike's sitting in the front row.
Well, Einstein is new. This is a new API that now enables your developers to add Einstein to the commerce apps that they're building. So Taylor, this is good, going well so far, but we have this tricky third-party system, the art integration system that we use to do the laser cutting on the basketballs. How are we going to hook that in?
So normally that's a challenge, but luckily we have MuleSoft. So with MuleSoft, I don't really have to worry about the endpoints or how to hook into them. I can just utilize the APIs that are already set up, and I can hook right into this art integration service with just a few clicks, or code, rather.
Pretty good. So now we're to the scariest part of this demo. We're going to build and deploy in front of you. Taylor?
So this is scary because this is not demo magic, but we are going to deploy an app right onto Heroku. And all this is doing is taking the script that I just wrote, all the integrations, the template code, and sending it onto Heroku. And then it's going to hopefully spit out a URL for us to hit.
So while this is running, I just want to recap. Taylor used that new Heroku solution kit. She used the power of Heroku, including the add-ons, to just get started very quickly from a developer perspective. And then she plugged in commerce using the Open Commerce API and the new Einstein API. And then we connected to that third-party system using MuleSoft and leveraging an API already built. And I am so relieved to see green right now. Taylor, congratulations, we built the app.
Green is good.
How about we take a look?
Let's take a look. I'll just hit this URL that it has output for me, and there's our app.
So now we're back in Page Designer. That's where we need to go next. Because yes, we've built something and it was green, but now we need to add it to our experience.
So I'm just going to drag this on the page, and honestly, this is my favorite part because I only have to build an app once, and then my merchandisers can drag it on the page and use it whenever they want. They don't have to call me. They can just drag and drop.
Taylor, you are incredible. You are hired. Thank you for being a fantastic developer and building us a component here today. So we just built an app and literally dragged and dropped it on to our experience. This is so different. But I told you we'd wrap it up by publishing this new experience. So here we are back on the mobile, just like the consumer's gonna see. And I'm going to build the ball. I'm gonna choose my ball type. I'm gonna choose my custom image. Of course, it's going to be Einstein. And I can choose my paneling. Blue on blue, that's like literally right for me. And now I have the Salesforce connections, custom basketball of my dreams. That's how Salesforce and Spalding build experiences that score big with both clicks and code. And to tell you more about that, I'd like to invite the digital marketing manager of content and e-commerce to the stage, Matt Day.
Thank you.
The famous Matt Day himself.
Thank you so much. It's a requirement if you're a Spalding employee to have a basketball with you wherever you go, so here I am.
Oh, I love it. And this is no ordinary basketball. It is a Salesforce Commerce Cloud basketball. So thank you.
Welcome.
I'll give this back to you. So Matt, you're a small team,
Yes.
big dreams. You have incredible results.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your journey over the last year.
Yeah, really, our team is small, but we have a team of our digital solutions team, which is a group of developers that work across all of the Salesforce family of apps that we use and the tools that we use at Spalding. And not only are they just incredibly talented developers, they do have a trait that I believe makes you just an incredible marketer or just a person overall, and that's empathy. And so when you go in building journeys for people, and you go in to make them meaningful and make them valuable to build a relationship, having that lens when you're developing, having that lens when you're marketing is really important. And it's important to our culture. Our purpose is to ignite the soul of the game in everyone. And so when we became a Salesforce partner, we got together and we decided, how can this purpose be lived in the journeys we're building across the tools that we have? And once we had our why, the how kind of became clear, and we worked with Salesforce to develop that. We have an excellent account representative, Karen Recker, that answers the phone all the time. She's great. And we really started to look at what do we need to do right? Because the world, digital world can be overwhelming. So how do you simplify it a little bit? So we knew that mobile first and speed was important. So we decided right away to go over to SFRA for Commerce Cloud. We knew that the fundamental user experience has to be right for commerce. So we started the shopper journey accelerators. We know that the CRM and all that information had to be tied together between Service Cloud and Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud and Community Cloud and Commerce Cloud. So we started those accelerators as well. And that really built our development roadmap, I think, over in about 4 to 6 months, all the way up to 8 months. We knew that customization was important, so we wanted to make the ability for shoppers to come and customize their own product. Personalization, so we worked with Einstein. And all of these things started happening so we could even focus on some of the bigger picture trends that we wanted to hit. And in a period of about 8 months of time, less than a year later, our e-commerce revenue has nearly tripled. And we are still aspiring to the possible with Salesforce.
This is the story that so many people want to tell. 8 months, more than doubling the revenue. So that's pretty incredible. Thank you, Matt. Now, you are a small team that also believes in doing good.
Yes.
And you've got some really cool ideas and programs that you're working on. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, well, you know, the special thing about basketball is the community is so, it cares. It's a soulful community that always gives back. You look from the athletes to the coaches, anyone involved in the game, they care in the community. And I think at Dreamforce last year, a Salesforce employee named Mark Benioff, you might have heard of him. He's been here for a while. And he said companies that do well do good. And so at the same time, we were building our Spalding MVP CRM. So we got thinking, you know, we believe in that mission too, Spalding as a company. We believe in sustainability. Our latest basketball, the Spalding Precision even, was made entirely from plastic bottles. And we, through the leagues that we sponsor, the camps that we donate to try to make the game more accessible, how can we use this hyper-engaged community we built with Spalding MVP to get them involved? People are good and will give back when they have the chance to do so. And so we started what we called the Goodwill Project, starting on Salesforce Commerce Cloud, to make it easier for our community to get back and get involved with us. So I'm excited to announce that we'll be working on that and hopefully be announcing it close to Dreamforce.
Congratulations. I think that's so amazing. Matt, you've been an incredible partner for us. You have amazing success. You have such a great story. So thank you for partnering with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, Spalding, because if you are eyeing your own customized basketball, you can get one today and save 15% off your order. So take a picture of this. And with that, I'm excited to transition to our next chapter and invite to the stage our VP of B2B Commerce Strategy, Andy Peebler.
Thank you, Catherine. I love coming to Chicago. I grew up not too far from here in Iowa, and for those of us who grew up in the Midwest, our next customer really needs no introduction. So we all grew up with Land O'Lakes butter and dairy products, but not everybody knows this. Land O'Lakes actually grows the grains, and through their Purina Animal Health division, sells the food to farmers that produce the milk. They call this farm to fork, and it's a really important part of why they're such a great company. Now, like a lot of B2B companies, they don't sell this food directly to farmers. They actually rely on a network of retailers all over the country. And one of the most important parts of that channel are actually thousands of local feed and supply stores all over. And that's great because these food and supply stores are a really important part of the local communities. Farmers rely on them for food and lots of great information. But it's a challenge to grow that channel and deliver great customer service because you got the stores all over the place, and for faxes and phone calls, it's kind of hard to meet the needs of those store owners. They need to be in their store with customers during the day, so that means ordering, resupplying, et cetera, can be difficult. Fortunately, Land O'Lakes had Salesforce, and some time ago, they implemented B2B commerce from Salesforce. And they've been able to achieve incredible results. They've both increased their sales and reduced their cost to serve with B2B commerce from Salesforce. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how they did that. I'm going to show you how B2B Commerce Portal works for Land O'Lakes customers. We're going to talk about how cool it is to run that B2B commerce experience off the same platform that's connected to service and AI. And finally, we'll show you how B2B commerce actually helps orchestrate the shipping and fulfillment process on the back end of those orders. But in order to make this story a little bit more real, I need to introduce Sarah from the demo booth. Sarah, do you want to say hi to the crowd? Hey, Sarah. Not everybody knows this, but Sarah actually runs a couple of these feed stores back in California with her family. And she loves that business because she's able to really build great relationships with the customers. She's able to help them care for their animals. And she loves this new B2B portal from Land O'Lakes. She's able to use it anywhere she needs to, or pull it up on an iPad or on her phone or whatever. And right inside this rich experience, she's got everything that she needs to run her business with Land O'Lakes. She sees her recent orders so she can check the status of delivery and shipment. She's got right away easy access to restock with the recommended next order. She can see some trending and recommended products. And she can also download great content because she runs a lot of campaigns in her stores and she likes to engage with her local community that way. And this portal provides that experience. But today, she's really about making sure she doesn't run out of food. So she jumps right into the reorder experience, and right away she's pretty comfortable because she sees the products she usually buys. She sees the prices she negotiated, and she sees some quantities that make some sense. The best part is she can actually click really easily and see some insights to understand why we've made the recommendations we have. And because she's so comfortable with all the information, she's pretty much done with her order. She likes what she sees, but before she leaves, she couldn't help but notice that recommended product there. Turns out that bovine stress is a real thing. And stressed cows actually don't produce quite as much milk. So she's heard from her customers lately that they're interested in some solutions for this challenge. So she decides, let me add a little bit of that to my cart. I'm not quite sure, so let's just make that 5, and then we're done. So let's go ahead and look at this order. Finalized, good. Click through continue. And there in a matter of seconds, she's got this order confirmation screen where she can validate everything's going where it needs to go. This is also the part of the experience where Sarah can take a look and change and break it up into different shipping groups if she wants to send some products to one store and others to another. But for today, she's good. So that's great. She's got her order. Let's go ahead and click continue again. Awesome. That's perfect. So Sarah is very excited. She's got that order done. She can go home now and have dinner with her family and rest easy knowing that she's taken care of. Of course, unfortunately, as often happens, the next day she gets to her store. She's got an urgent message from her Santa Rosa store manager. Of course, they're really out of stuff, so they need this stuff faster than she even realized. So she can see that order she put in yesterday. That's great. She's got easy access to that. But now she's got a problem. She's got to change that order. She's got to try to redirect it from Petaluma to Santa Rosa and see if she could maybe speed it up a little bit at the same time. So she sees chat right inside of the experience. This is Einstein Bot. Einstein Bot uses natural language processing to intercept her words and translate that into action, even some fairly complex tasks, all without having to talk to anybody. In this case, you can see, because Einstein Bot runs on the same platform as her B2B Commerce, they actually have access to her shipping address book from B2B Commerce, and she could really quickly change that delivery address over to the Santa Rosa store. That's awesome. She didn't even have to talk to anybody, and she got that change right away. Next, though, she's not quite done, of course. She still needs to try to speed that up, right? And to do that, Einstein Bot, again, using natural language, is able to recognize that we actually have to interact with her a little bit because, in this case, the shipping options cost a little bit more, and we really want to make sure we get the order right before we finalize it. So Live Agent now, or Einstein Bot rather, is able to seamlessly transition this to a service agent. And let's take a little bit time to look at that. Right away, you can see what the service agent sees. So this is Service Cloud. In the middle screen is a big, beautiful panel that has everything we need to know about that order. It's saving the context of the chat, so we can browse that. On the right-hand corner, we see the same recommendations that Sarah saw in the shopping experience because it's running off the same platform. Then on the left side, we're using Lightning Flow, actually, to create some macros that orchestrate complex service interactions. In this case, as you can see, it's pretty easy to actually help Sarah change that shipping option. We've got a couple of options. We're able to convey the information to her, and she can agree with the payment. So there we go. Before you know it, we're totally done. Sarah didn't have to talk to anybody. She got everything done on her time when she needed. She's thrilled. By the way, B2B Commerce was also able to help with that interaction. So new as of this Connections, we've got a whole ecosystem of partners on the App Exchange that plug into commerce experiences and help extend your functionality. In this case, Land O'Lakes used Zencraft to expand the shipping options they can provide to Sarah. And Sarah, of course, is thrilled. She got everything done all before she had to open her store. Let's give her a hand. Sarah, thank you. Now, that's pretty cool, I think. You can see what we just went through here. You've got B2B Commerce on Salesforce, and the recommended orders, the power of Einstein, knowing enough about her business to make smart recommendations on what that next reorder needs to look like. We also showed you Service Cloud, and just how awesome it is to use Einstein bots to help, number one, deflect calls, which is important to Land O'Lakes, and answer these questions really quickly for Sarah on her own schedule. And then finally, you got to see at the end how the B2B Commerce App Exchange ecosystem helped Land O'Lakes provide more shipping options to Sarah. Pretty awesome. Lots of cool technology powered by the Salesforce platform, all in the same place. But as all of you know today, making this kind of change happen, especially at a 97-year-old company, isn't just about technology. It takes strong leadership to drive this kind of change. And to talk about that, it's my pleasure to introduce an IT director and head of digital enablement for Land O'Lakes, Brian Shelstad. Brian?
Hey, Andrew.
So thank you so much for coming here today.
Absolutely.
You know, it's interesting because we all know what B2C commerce experiences are like from our kind of day-to-day life. Tell me what you learned about making B2B experiences through this journey.
Well, I've learned that, you know, the gap between B2C and B2B is really narrowing. So our customers are expecting us to know who they are, what they want. They're expecting us to interact with them across a variety of channels in a personalized way, and for it to be convenient for them. A couple things different about B2B that I would really call out is really around the complexity of ordering, right? Every business is a little bit unique, and those B2B transactions can get complex. In the demo we saw in my journey through Purina, there were things like contract pricing that we had to surface up, quick order screens, connecting to dock doors or dock door scheduling, and just unique things that you don't really see in the B2C space that you really have to think through, how do we bring that to life in the B2B channel and through a B2B online ordering process in a clean and convenient, intuitive way to provide that great customer experience for your customer, or adoption will suffer. I think that the other thing that's unique about it is you know, the journey doesn't stop there for that product. You know, it doesn't end with that transaction. Your dealer that you're working with now, or your retail store, now has to turn that over and sell that to a consumer. So what is Land O'Lakes really doing to help them and help their business? So you can see we're providing things like information on our products, information on our campaigns. We're making recommendations to them to help drive sales. And in some cases, we're even enabling them with technology to help them interact with their customers in a digital way.
That's awesome. And what does it really mean to Land O'Lakes to have all of these sort of channels running off the same core platform?
Yeah. You know, Salesforce really acts as our customer experience management platform. We're able to bring all that data in, have it centralized in a single location, and then interact with it across all the different channels. So as you can see from the demo, all these different customer touch points. For example, when they put in an order, that customer is able to go in and see their order. They're able to interact with it. Our marketing team is able to interact with that, you know, and you know, take it on certain journeys that they're building from a marketing perspective. The customer service rep also has access to that information, and along with our salesperson. So it's providing consistency and visibility across many different departments at Land O'Lakes and every single touch point that we have with that customer. The other thing that Salesforce really brings to the table for us is we run a rather small IT footprint within Land O'Lakes. So we really lean on our partners to help drive our digital transformation with us and to help us innovate. So you can see many examples of innovation there. And I want to just highlight another example that we recently worked with your team on. So we worked on a pilot, again, for the Purina business around Einstein Voice. So we had been receiving feedback in the field that it was inconvenient as our sales reps are working, the farming rural area to interact with their phone as they're driving down the road, either pulling out information about an account or entering information, after they've made a visit to someone. So we were able to work with your team on a pilot and release a pilot program that we received great feedback on. And we have plans to roll that out across the whole, every business unit within Land O'Lakes. So it's innovation like that we count on our partners for, and that we rely on you guys for to help us on our digital journey.
That is so great to hear. Well, thank you very much for sharing this story with all of us today.
Absolutely.
And congratulations on making this change happen for Land O'Lakes.
Thank you.
And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce the Vice President of Customer Success for Salesforce Commerce Cloud, Rebecca Taubman.
Great. Thank you so much, Andy. It is great to be here today. I am really excited to see my commerce community in the room. We heard from 3 amazing trailblazers, and we heard the success that they're achieving on the platform. And I want to talk a little bit more about customer success today. For those of you who know me, you know it's one of my favorite topics. And I want to start by taking a look at a day in the life of Commerce Cloud. Let's take a look behind the scenes. We are delivering trusted success every day at a global scale. 24 million unique shoppers across 84 countries in a 24-hour period. 650 million Einstein predictions. Those are crazy numbers. And everybody in this room should be proud because this is the collective success of our customers. And it's my job, and with the team that I work with globally at Commerce Cloud, to make these real for you every day. Because we know that every minute of every day is a commerce moment. And we know that platform performance is mission critical to your business. And we also know that uptime, speed, and scalability are at the foundation of everything that we do. And speaking of scalability, I want to point out this is just an average day. So let's talk about your peaks. Whether you're a B2B customer or you're a customer whose business centers around product launches, or you're a retailer and holiday is make or break for you, we are there for you during your busiest times of the year. We heard from Party City, it's Halloween. We work with a lot of customers, their springtime, dads and grads, back to school, those are their peak seasons. I've been with Commerce Cloud coming up on my 7th year for peak holiday, and I can tell you behind the scenes, we don't talk about peak holiday anymore. We talk about peak all the time. Peak readiness, we are there for you anytime your business needs it on your busiest days. And we know you're growing. Look at those growth numbers. And we are making continuous investments in scale, transparency, and ensuring site uptime and security for your business. And so we know it starts with a trusted platform, but it continues with the people and the programs to make it real. So my team, working with customers every day, we hear questions. How do I prepare for my peak business? How do I adopt new features of the platform like Commerce Page Designer? How do I take advantage of the new Heroku solution kits? Well, we are there for you to make that happen. Because we talk to customers all across the globe, across all industries, and across all verticals, we're gathering those best practices. So we have that knowledge, and you have the benefit of that shared knowledge. But how do we do that? How do we put it all together and deliver it back to you? Well, I'm going to tell you. We have a proven shared success model. So every Commerce Cloud customer has access to a success team that's going to help them through their journey. Through implementation to launch, through operate to innovate, we have programs to deliver to you at the right time for your business. We have always-on resources like Trailhead. You can go to trailhead.com today, learn more about commerce or Heroku or MuleSoft. We have adoption programs, including circles of success and webinars. We have regional events where we bring customers in. Last year, we did 78 events globally across 23 cities, over 1,000 customers. We talked about loyalty and mobile and personalization. And we have accelerators. We heard from Matt Day the power of the accelerators working one-on-one with the Access team to deliver those results. And of course, we have advisory services, our in-depth engagements with technical and business architects that are there when you need them. We have a proven shared success model. And I can tell you that I am very proud to be part of this team, and I am very proud of the relationships that we build with customers every day to drive real business results. And I want to turn it back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Rebecca. Look, we couldn't be more honored to be able to tell the story of how we deliver premium customer experiences, all connected to CRM at global speed and scale through the lens of our great trailblazers, Party City, Spalding, and Land O'Lakes, literally watching them digitally transform their businesses. Thank you so much for this honor. This has been so fun today. And just to wrap this up, how great is it to announce new products on stage here at Connections, and they're available today. Turn on the Commerce Page Designer. Just turn it on in Business Manager. You can use it right now. You can go to our website, take a picture of this, and download that Heroku Solution Kit and give it a try. And of course, the MuleSoft Accelerator is available today. All of these are right here. Thank you so much for everything. What a great, great time we had today. Enjoy Connections.